Hello everyone, in this video we will discuss about earth fault and phase fault protection. So previously we have seen about overcurrent protection, right? So in that we have earth fault and phase fault protection schemes. So earth fault, what is meant by earth fault and what is meant by phase fault? A fault which involves ground is called an earth fault. A fault which does not involve ground is called phase fault. So in first module we have discussed about various types of faults: symmetrical faults, unsymmetrical fault, winding fault, open circuit fault. So here according to those faults, so we can say the fault is belongs to earth, the fault is belongs to phase. How it is? The fault which involves ground, the fault which involves the ground is called earth fault. The fault which does not involves ground is called phase fault. So example, so we can see LG fault, line to ground fault, and 2LG fault and 3LG fault. So these are belongs to earth fault. So these all belongs to earth fault. Next, phase fault. Fault which does not involve ground is called phase fault. So example, LL, line to line fault, and double line fault, double line to line fault, and so L. So these type of faults are belongs to phase fault. Understand, right? So here the fault which does not involves ground is called phase fault. Example, line to line, double line to line, and line to all lines are short circuited through triple line to ground, triple line fault. So here which doesn't which is involves ground is called earth fault, which does not involve the ground is called phase fault. So this is the difference between earth fault and phase fault. So the fault we are going to protect, we are going to protect the earth fault, that is called earth fault protection. The fault we are going to protect the phase. So phase faults we are going to protect, that fault is called as a phase fault protection. So here we can see different types of examples. So I have taken 4 examples here. So generator, transmission line, motor, and transformers. So here you can see the 4 examples what I have taken belongs to earth fault protective schemes. So first, figure A shows the transmission lines, and figure B shows the induction motor, or and figure C shows the generator, and figure D shows the another type of induction motor, or transmission lines. So in each case we have connected a relay. Overcurrent relay. So the relay belongs to overcurrent. So overcurrent we are going to protect. So those relays are belongs to overcurrent relays. Coming to the figure A. So figure A, 3 transmission lines are there, A, B, C. So which carries a current IA, IB, IC. So 3 transmission lines currents are 3 different, IA, IB, IC. So here current transformer is sends the high currents. So whenever current exceeds the preset value, so example IA, IB, IC we have. So these currents are exceeds the preset value, then circuit breaker then current transformer will sense and it will send signal to the relay. So relay will send signal to the circuit breaker will isolate the fault. So this is how we are protecting the transmission lines using earth fault. Coming to the another, so induction motor. So induction motor will have stator and rotor part. So stator is having three phase winding. So this is the stator, this is the stator. So this is the stator. So rotor is having short circuited winding, three phase short circuited windings. So you whenever stator winding carries the current IA, IB, IC. So whenever fault occurs, so in induction motor, all three currents IA, IB plus IC is always equal to 0. So whenever fault occurs, it does not equal to 0. Does not equal to 0. So here IB, IA, IB, IC, how we are calculating is, so based on the neutral current. So if you take summation of all three currents equal to 0, then then there is no fault inside the induction motor stator winding. Suppose if it is not equal to 0, so neutral current is not equal to 0, then so circuit breaker will carries a current, CT carries a current, so then relay will activate and isolate the fault. So this is how we are protecting the induction motor from the earth fault. Next, coming to the alternator. So alternator is having two windings, field winding and armature winding. So armature winding we have taken here. So armature winding having three windings, A, B, C windings, which carries IA, IB, IC currents. So whenever fault occurs, neutral current is not equal to 0. In previous case, as we discussed previous case, IA plus IB plus IC is not equal to 0. Then so relay will operate. So here relay we have relay. So relay will operate and isolate the fault. So here relay. So relay how it will operate? So circuit breaker current, by using circuit breaker current, relay will operate and isolate the fault. So coming to the transmission lines or distribution lines. So this is the figure D. So which is having current transformer ring. So all three windings having current transformer ring. So current transformer sends the all three currents, and so whenever current is not equal to 0, neutral current is not equal, otherwise. So here we have one preset value, that is specified value of current, preset value. So whenever it does not equal to 0 or preset value exceeds, the current exceeds this preset value, then so this relay will operate and isolate the fault. So like that here we are protecting the earth fault from various cases. So these are the various earth fault protective schemes. So coming to the plug setting. So here we also we are considering plug settings. So plug settings carries from 20% to 80% of CT. So 20% current, 30% current, 20% is minimum and 80% is maximum. So whenever the maximum exceeds, whenever the current exceeds the maximum plug setting PST, plug setting PSM plug setting multiplier, then automatically so this relays will also operate. So this is about earth fault protective schemes. These are various earth fault protective schemes. So next one we will see the phase fault protective schemes. So phase fault protective schemes, so each phase carries one relay. So in earth fault we carries only one relay. In phase fault we are carrying all phases will carries one relay. So in earth fault we will considering IA plus IB plus IC current, but in phase fault so we are considering all different currents, So there we have taken cumulative currents, but here we are taking only one current, IA plus IB plus IA and IB and IC currents. So coming to the phase fault, whenever fault is occurs on only phases, so fault does not involve the phase, is called phase fault protective schemes. So whenever one phase current exceeds the preset value or specified value, that particular relay will operate and isolate the fault. So does not stop other lines, other phases, right? Next one, combination of earth fault and phase fault protective schemes. So the figure shows the combination of earth fault and phase fault. So here two phases are having two relays, and one more relay is the combination of two phases, and also the relay is connected to another phase. So this type of protective scheme is, so it will protect both earth fault and phase fault. So this type of protective schemes majorly we are using in the protection of power system. So either it may be transformer, either it may be generator, either it may be induction motor, either it may be transmission lines. So this is the combination of earth fault and phase fault. So this scheme is more popular than the other two schemes. So since we can protect the equipments from both the faults, earth fault and phase fault. The fault which involves the ground, the fault which does not involve the ground, both the faults we can protect you. Okay. So here all the cases, wherever the relay we are using for earth fault and phase fault, those relays are belongs to overcurrent relays. So when an earth fault occurs, the burden of active CT, the burden of active CT it increases more than the what specified. So once burden is increases, the current will supply to the relays, and relay will isolate the fault. So this is about earth and phase fault protective schemes. In next video we will discuss about static relays. Okay, static overcurrent relays and advantages of static overcurrent relays, and next one we will see about numerical relays. Okay, so thank you everyone.